Hey everybody, it's Wes. After spending 10 days road tripping around the Irish countryside, I've had an opportunity to experience some of the most beautiful Ireland landscapes that the country has to offer. Many people who have never visited Ireland expect to see lush green countrysides covered in golf courses and rugged coastal cliffs. And while you will encounter these areas while exploring Ireland, there is so much more beyond that to see. In today's video, I'll be counting down my top 10 beautiful places in Ireland that you need to see during your visit to the country. If you end up feeling an itch to plan your own road trip across the Irish countryside after watching this video, you're in luck. I've also put together a video that will show you how to plan this exact road trip where you can see all of these places and more during an epic 10-day road trip across Ireland. Okay, let's jump right into the list. Coming in at number 10, we have CarrickAReid, which sits along the Causeway coastal route. Here you'll have an opportunity to enjoy a short hike of about 1 kilometer or half mile each way out to a rope bridge that connects one of the islands to the mainland. The hike out to the bridge and back is mild and wonderfully scenic as you hug the coastline. When I started my hike that morning, visibility was super low due to foggy conditions, but by early afternoon the clouds parted and I was able to enjoy views like this from the rope bridge area and during my hike back. This activity pairs really well with number 4 on this list, which isn't too far down the road. Technically, CarrickAReid resides in Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK, and not the Republic of Ireland, which makes up most of the island. In the 9 spot, we have Clew Bay, specifically the views of Clew Bay from atop Croagh Patrick. However, this view of Clew Bay must be earned by making this rigorous hike up Croagh Patrick near the town of Westport. The mountain is known for its religious significance where St. Patrick once fasted for 40 days. Visitors flock here every year to make the 4.5 mile or 7.2 kilometer round trip journey to its summit where St. Patrick's Chapel now resides. The hike is extremely steep, so this one is quite a bit more challenging to complete than the medium length would suggest. Just be sure to hike on a clear day, otherwise your view could be obscured by clouds. Not only was this one of my favorite views in Ireland, but the Croagh Patrick climb is something that should be on every hiker's Ireland itinerary. At number 8, we have Dublin, located in County Mayo. If you road trip across an entire country, you're bound to encounter at least one epic location that you didn't know existed. And for me, that place was Dublin Lake. While my brother and I were working from Westport to Liscannor to view the Cliffs of Moher, we stumbled upon this area. We mapped out a not-so-direct route for our drive that allowed us more time to enjoy driving near the Irish coast to the west of Westport. This terrain leading up to Dublin was spectacular. It was rugged and barren, but in a way that was so charming in a beautiful way. If you find yourself in a position to make this detour, it's an amazing drive and the views from this area really stuck with me. The surrounding area reminds me a bit of driving through parts of Iceland. Coming up next, we have Ben Bolin, located near the town of Donegal. Known for its unique shape and prominence, Ben Bolin dominates the horizon if you're exploring anywhere just north of Sligo in Western Ireland. This unique mountain was formed by the massive glaciers that once carved up the surrounding terrain. Not only is Ben Bolin worth hiking around or to the top of, but there's also a really nice beach in the area known as Streedog Beach. You can see the beach from atop Ben Bolin, and likewise you can see Ben Bolin on the horizon from the beach. The beach makes for a great stop to cool off after making the trek to the top of Ben Bolin. If you want to feel like you're on top of the world, then consider adding this hike to your itinerary. The views will not disappoint you. At number 6, we have Dublin Pier of the Dingle Peninsula. The Dingle Peninsula pretty much has it all when it comes to beautiful Ireland landscapes. While there are a few areas on the peninsula I could have named the most beautiful, for me Dublin Pier takes the cake. Dublin Pier resides minutes west of the town of Dingle. The views looking out toward the Atlantic Ocean from here are incredible, and the rocky terrain below the sea cliffs can be reached by walking down a man-made concrete path. This path will let you get up close and personal with some of the rock formations that jut up from the water. My only regret about when I visited is that we didn't have enough time to stay for sunset, because I believe this would be a great location for it, perhaps on a future trip. While I specifically picked Dunquin Pier, this spot really goes to the Dingle Peninsula as a whole because there are a number of other great spots to see in the area. Don't sleep on Inch Beach or the nearby Connor Pass, which were two of my nearby favorites as well. Up next at number 5, we have Dogs Bay Beach of County Galway. Dogs Bay Beach is a stunning crescent-shaped beach situated approximately 2 miles or 3 kilometers from the charming village of Roundstone. This remote beach is known for its pristine white sand and crystal clear turquoise waters. During my trip, we visited Dogs Bay Beach after Dhu Loch while on our way to the Cliffs of Moher. If you get lucky with a warm, sunny summer afternoon like we did, this is a great place to stop and relax on the beach. Just be mindful that parking here is probably going to be limited on days with good weather, so you might end up needing to park up the road a bit. And while there are small towns close to Dogs Bay, your best option is probably to incorporate this as a road trip pit stop like we did, or as a day trip from the nearby city of Galway. Coming up next, at the number 4 spot on this list, we have the Giant's Causeway, which resides in Northern Ireland. The Giant's Causeway is a renowned coastal region and National Trust site in Northern Ireland, which houses unique geological formations framed by picturesque coastal cliffs. The stunning coastline, combined with the volcanic basalt columns located near the sea, easily make it one of the most scenic landscapes I encountered during my adventures across the Emerald Isle. This is another prime sunset watching location, and before working down to the rock columns, you can enjoy some truly epic hiking along the tops of the surrounding cliffs. According to folklore, the basalt rock columns originated as gigantic stepping stones created by the giant Finn McCool, who aimed at crossing into Scotland to answer a challenge to duel with the giant Benandonner. After experiencing the beauty of this area firsthand, it's understandable how this unique geological characteristics here have become woven into ancient Irish lore. Okay, coming in at number 3 are the infamous Cliffs of Moher, located in County Clare. No trip to Ireland is complete without a stop at the iconic Cliffs of Moher. Although these aren't the tallest sea cliffs in Ireland, they're certainly the most visited, and for good reason. Their prominence, accessibility, and great hiking trails make these a popular stop for travelers. My advice to anyone visiting the Cliffs of Moher is to align your visit with sunset to truly experience why these are one of the most beautiful Ireland landscapes. The cliffs face west, which means they'll be cast in beautiful light as the sun fades below the Atlantic Ocean. Not only will the lighting be fantastic, but you'll likely arrive after the visitor center operating hours, which means you won't have to pay to park or enter. Even better, the hordes of tourists who arrive on tour buses from Dublin will have already left for the day, which means fewer crowds to contend with. Make sure to hike south of the visitor center about 1 mile or 1.6 kilometers. From here, you can look back north at the cliffs. This was my favorite vantage point from our visit. Next up at number 2, we have Slieve League, which resides in Donegal. The cliffs of Slieve League are some of the highest sea cliffs in all of Europe, and despite their wild nature, aren't too difficult to reach if you find yourself in Northwest Ireland. From Donegal, I'd suggest setting out for Slieve League in the early evening so you can make it to the viewing area by sunset, and be sure to budget enough time to make a quick pit stop at the Azaranka roadside waterfall on your way out as well. There's a road leading up to the viewpoint that you're required to walk up unless you visit after operating hours. Once you make it to the viewpoint, you'll be rewarded with out-of-this-world views of the Atlantic Ocean and some of the tallest sea cliff faces in all of Europe. There are some hiking trails that lead you up above the viewpoint as well. These provide even better views than what you'll see down by the car park. Okay, now moving on to the grand finale. Taking the top spot on this list is Skellig Michael Island, located off the coast of Portmagee. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is home to ancient monastery ruins, thousands of seabirds, and some of the most dramatic geology in all of Ireland. The island's rugged beauty and unique appeal has also been popularized by its appearance as a set in the Star Wars series. However, embarking on a journey to Skellig Michael Island requires careful planning as it's not easily accessible. During my trip, our boat's captain revealed that nearly 40% of the boats scheduled for Skellig Michael Island tours have to cancel their trips owing to the notoriously volatile weather conditions in Ireland. Even if you successfully land on the island, you'll need to climb over 600 ancient stone steps to reach the top as you tread carefully along near vertical cliff drops. If you're lucky, you'll even have the chance to view adorable puffins up close in their natural habitat. This is one of the most beautiful Ireland landscapes that few adventurers will ever experience, and it takes the top spot on today's video. If you're looking to plan your own road trip around Ireland like we did, then you're in luck. I put together a dedicated video and guide on my blog that will help you plan an epic 10-day Ireland road trip. Be sure to check those out. That itinerary will cover everything in this video and more. Be sure to browse my Best of Ireland playlist while you're here. There you'll find links to videos dedicated to individual stops on this video. I'll provide way more information on stops like the Giant's Causeway, Slieve League, Skellig Michael, and way more. Thanks for joining me on today's adventure. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Travel with Wes for more exciting travel tips and inspiration just like this. Until next time, safe travels and thanks for watching.